85. Channel 85.
Hey, Sam.
A little S, big A, little M. What up, Brendanovich?
I'm sure you've heard all about the 3 domains of life, probably in biology class.
I'm sure I heard of them. Do I remember them? No. But I'm sure I heard of them.
Do you remember hearing of them?
Uh-huh.
So the 3 domains of life is saying that there's the eubacteria, the archaea, and the eukaryotes.
Sure.
This is a later development. Earlier in school, they would teach that there were 5 kingdoms. Well, I'm sure I don't even know
Like
if they
the
whether or not
animal
they
kingdom?
like the animal kingdom, but
Like at Disneyland?
one of the kingdoms they called Monera, which
That sounds familiar.
and
Sort of.
Monera was what we call bacteria.
Okay.
Then in the 1970s, there was a group of bacteria discovered called Archaea. And
Okay.
the Archaea, so the defining characteristic of Monera is that it's a prokaryote and it does not have a membrane-bound nucleus.
Okay. Got it.
The Archaea are cells that look like Monera. They do not have a membrane-bound nucleus.
Okay.
But there are a lot of other characteristics that make them seem more like eukaryotes than like Monera.
Okay.
So this created a conflict in how to understand the primary organizations of life.
It sounds like a conflict to me.
So now what's taught in biology class is the 3 domains that we have. The eubacteria, which would be what was formerly called the
Eubacteria.
which
Got
was
it.
formerly Monera. Then there's the Archaea.
Okay.
And in the Archaea are split into 2 main groups, and there's one that's the Cren Archaea, which is a little more eukaryotic-like.
Just a little smidge of the eukaryotes in there. Got
So
it.
we have the Archaea, and then the third would be the eukaryotes.
I thought that was the first one.
No, that's the eubacteria.
Oh, got it.
So
Eubacteria and eukaryotes is where I'm getting confused.
Now-
and the Archaea, which Archaea has 2, and one of them's like one of the other ones. Got it.
the eubacteria and the Archaea do not have membrane-bound nuclei.
Okay.
The eukaryotes have the membrane-bound nuclei, and they would be the animal kingdom, the protist kingdom, the fungi, and these.
All over in here with the membrane or without.
Right.
With the membrane, without membrane.
Right.
Okay.
So it kind of makes sense. You would just say, well, you have the Archaea, put those with the bacteria.
Yeah, because they're over here because they don't have a membrane.
Right.
Cool,
Well,
following.
they don't have the membrane
With
inside.
the membrane inside that, yeah,
Right.
that's what I mean.
Exactly. So,
Why do I care about this?
well, a closer analysis of it shows that possibly the 3-domain description is not the most correct.
I just got it. And now you're telling me it's not right?
Well, it may be that a more correct description of how these organisms are related is that the eukaryotes are embedded within the Archaea and are more closely related to the Cren Archaea than they are to the other ones.
So you're saying these 2, the ones that don't have membranes inside the whatever, are really like one?
No, actually. So we would have the eubacteria, which are like one, but we'd have the Archaea and then the eukaryotes, which do have membrane-bound nuclei, and they might be more like the Archaea than they are to the eubacteria.
Okay.
And this gives a little bit of insight into what very early life would be like.
I mean, that makes sense. Sort of.
So many people are learning about the 3 domains, but it's still open to interpretation.
So basically what we're saying, let me just see if I'm getting what you're saying here, is that people are learning that there's these 3 like set domains, but really it should more be like, well, we think there's 3, but like these ones are kind of like this. It should be more of an open discussion.
Yes.
Because things aren't exactly set in stone because we're constantly learning and developing new hypotheses about everything.
Yes.
Got it. See, I knew I'd get there eventually. And I can always find the point. It's in there somewhere.
This is the beautiful result of Scientific Station, this discovery.
It is indeed.
It is.
It is. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns on all those things that start with U that he talked about, and then there's one with the Archaea, I think, you should totally send them our way at scientificstation.com.
I think so.
Do it.